Yeah. Beautiful. Dislike. Oh my god, it's gonna make me watch this ad?
Yeah! You watch that ad, you like it!
I'm not gonna like it.
You're gonna like it!
I don't want this protein shake. I don't believe in protein.
How are you gonna stay in ketosis if you don't have your protein shake?
Ketosis is based on fat content.
Mmm.
So.
Well, I'm sure there's a protein shake for that.
It's milk.
Chocolate milk?
I don't think so.
I think you could probably make it work with chocolate milk.
There's too much sugar in it.
There's sugar in chocolate milk?
Bread makes you fat?
Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Jedi 16. Hello, Dr. Drokel. Sup?
Hello. Ooh woo, some might say.
James Cameron Clark. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Happy Heretic. We getting oiled up tonight, boyos.
Oh no.
Nice.
Oiled up with what? Oil? What a world indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're working on the back today? Whatever that is?
I'll start edge highlighting the cape. There's barely any edges.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun that Necrons don't use fabric. They use interlocking technology thingies.
And that's what it says in the codex, right?
Yes. Actually, it is a thing in the Trazian and the Infinite that Oricon the Diviner's cloak is actually made up of ingots that do different things.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a real application for it.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Heretic. Oil paint, of course. Gramdenine. That's one nice cape.
Yeah.
Michael Livermore. Hello. How are you guys?
Hello.
Dandy. So dandy that I'm gonna open this up.
Cracking open a cold one.
Exactly.
Joe Dragos, I'm here and I have a couple of people watching from my gaming link. Well, tell them to open up new browsers and dislike. And
yeah, they have to go through the whole process.
yeah.
Yeah.
How well is this gonna
Well,
work?
I have a bunch of people from my bowling league that are watching the stream.
Yeah. Shut up, Donnie. Love the Big Lebowski. Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski, huh? Where's the money, Lebowski?
Yes.
I know there was another movie that was like in a similar vein called Burn After Reading, but I never saw it.
Mm. Joe Dracos, I think they already did. I will save my dislike in case you say something mean about Canada again.
Oh, Canada, the land of milk and bags. Lots of Canadian geese, the worst kind of geese.
And that's all you know.
In Canada, there are moose for days. And lots of beavers, probably. Are there beavers in Canada?
Resident wildlife expert Lucky
Yes.
Bat.
Probably.
uh,
If there's
And you heard
running
it here,
water to
folks.
be made into not running water, they'll be there.
Van Celent. What colors do you use to get the glowing red? Red. It's a little bit of red ink through the airbrush, and that's what's giving it the OSL. And then I put a dot of orange and a dot of yellow on each ball.
Gotta get those balls nice and highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice and red balls.
Van Celent. Peace was never an option. A knife and a goose.
Untitled Goose Game looks so fun.
Happy heretic. Fun fact: beavers fly south for the winter. Do they fly on their tails? And their flappy paddle tails?
Mm-hmm.
Like Appa.
Mm-hmm. The majestic beavers flying in a what formation would beavers take?
Like a B-shaped B-shaped formation instead of a V. Maybe a nice U. If you're like, yes, they spin it around like a helicopter.
Yeah.
So majestic.
It provides them with the necessary lift and or drag. A dam formation, of course.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when R2-D2 all of a sudden could fly in the clone in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones.
That's good.
And he never flew again.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a great moment in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones where Anakin and Padme are walking towards Theed Palace on Naboo, and R2 is carrying the luggage, and they go up some stairs and they just leave him behind.
Yep.
Because he can't go upstairs. So R2 starts out the scene with them, but then they just leave him behind.
Oh.
And then I'm sure he's just in the next scene.
Yeah. He took an alternative route.
Yeah, he took the droid ramp.
Yeah, the droid elevator.
James Cameron Clark. Beavers have yellow teeth because they contain iron. Ooh. AR.
Yellow things contain iron? How much iron is there in a banana?
Mostly iron.
That's what bananas are known for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Their iron content.
Yes.
AR. Smoke weed. That is all.
I thought that their teeth were yellow because they never brush.
I thought it's because they drank a lot of tea.
No, they're big coffee drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So they get nasty ass yellow teeth.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you want your teeth to hold up, you have to smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. They counter each other out.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, puff puff, sip, puff puff. That's how
Exactly.
That's how it's done.
Puff, sip, puff, puff.
Be a heretic. Beavers subsist primarily off of a diet of poutine and Tim Hortons coffee. How about another Molson, eh? There's a great joke in Gremlins 2 where they go to a Canada themed restaurant. And it's amazing. for no good reason. It's just there's no reason why the restaurant is Canadian themed. It's just funny.
I mean, that movie's fun.
Oh God. Yeah, apparently the Joe Dante directed, and apparently they kept trying to write a good Gremlins movie without him, and finally they were like, maybe you had something to do with why the first one was good, and he's like, I'll only do it if you let me do whatever I want, and they're like, yes, and then they immediately regretted their decision.
Yep. But it's so much fun though.
Oh, it's great. Dr. Drokel. Jay, do you see that Disney is gauging interest in a 4 hours director's cut of Rise of Skywalker? Guess they would want to jump on the Snyder Cut bandwagon. Some people like that Snyder Cut, but I'd probably watch it. 4 hours. It'd take me a long ass time because it's 4 hours, but it would take me approximately 4 hours to watch it.
I wouldn't object to having it on in the background.
I think. Yeah, I need to rewatch episode 9 again. I enjoyed it when I watched it in theaters. Heavy Heretic. That pretty much sums up the entire movie. There's no good reason for anything. It's just funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Mikhail Livermore. I would paint while watching it. Ooh, a man of taste.
Amount of taste and talent.
And you know what? If you really want to be tasteful, you paint Star Wars Legion while watching it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, good old episode 9. I didn't like in episode 9. I didn't like that Rey's costume was just her episode 7 costume, but bleached white. I thought as costumers they should have figured out something a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did like her evil Rey costume.
I didn't like her sexy Rey costume.
I don't think that was in the movie.
Exactly. That's why I didn't like it.
Ah. Yeah, she didn't have a Slave Leia outfit.
Exactly. I mean, is it even a Star Wars movie then?
I was watching some of Robot Chicken sketches, some of their Star Wars sketches, and Carrie Fisher voices Princess Leia in those.
Oh, that's really fun. Even still?
Well, no, not. I mean, they don't. I don't know if they make. Back when they did their making fun of the original trilogy, she lent her voice, and it's great because it's old ass Carrie Fisher who doesn't sound like Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Kyle Jones. If we're talking about odd Canada media references, check out Canada Bacon with John Candy. I love John Candy. Travis Justice. Hey Jay, you got a favorite Necron model? Or perhaps Nick has a favorite Orc model. My favorite Necron model? Probably Immortals. I really like how the Necron Immortals look. They're a classic Necron to me.
I like the Big Mech with shock attack gun.
Ooh, that is a good one. Do you like the new one or the old one?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I think the new one's fun. I own the new one, so I feel like I like it more.
I remember I used to think that I thought the resin one was great and the new plastic one sucks. And because I used to remember people would do amazing paint jobs for the old one. And then I finally looked up the old one. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I was hoodwinked.
Mm-hmm. Love a good Big Mech.
Joe Draco's painting Star Wars Legion, dip it in white. Done. And a Null Oil wash.
Yeah.
Michael Spitz, I figured out why we keep getting likes. They have been corrupted by Zinch.
I think you nailed it.
Vain Silent, you are my brother, Anakin. High ground. Yeah. When you think about it, it really does make Obi-Wan look like a dummy. That he just left Anakin burning on the beach, and then he just immediately gets rescued and becomes Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone in the theater knows what's going on except him, and so everyone in the theater is like, "No, go kick him into the lava river. You'll save us all a lot of time."
Mm-hmm.
Well, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. Also, how would a douche leaving your brother to burn up and just cook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what was I think one of the evilest, darkest things I've ever heard of a human being doing? When I was little, I knew this family called the Swifts, and they had 3 sons. And they were very, very religious, and they were very, very strict parents. And when episode 3 came out and it was rated PG-13, they didn't let their youngest see it. That's I think the worst thing I've ever heard of a human doing to another human.
I thought you were gonna just like start talking about like an atrocity.
Yeah, me too.
I thought I did talk about an atrocity. Were you not listening?
Yeah, I thought the stream was about to get real
I
dark.
know. I thought we were heading into nightmare territory.
And
Can you imagine loving Star Wars and your two slightly older brothers get to go see the movie, but you don't?
mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I would just run away.
I think they didn't let him see it until he turned 13, like the next summer or something.
Huh.
Wow. Oh, and then think about it, your brothers would just keep talking about it.
Yeah. I hope they were making stuff up.
Yep.
Wasn't it crazy when R2 had the blaster and killed Yoda? You wouldn't believe it. Dexter Jetster comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And he teams up with Boba Fett.
Oh.
Like, that would have been crushing as a child.
Mm-hmm. That was one of my favorite J stories of all time. Just then.
What, did I build it up too much?
Yeah, you took me on a journey.
Don't
like-
stop believing.
I was like, oh my god, what happened to those 3 boys? and then you didn't get to watch the movie.
I mean, if you're 12 and episode 3 comes out and everyone in the world is, every child in the world is super pumped to see this movie,
mm-hmm.
and everyone in your family gets to see it except you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't PG-13 for, like, boobies.
Yeah.
It was PG-13 because little orphan Annie burns to almost death.
Yeah.
Anakin, you are breaking my heart. You are going down a path that I cannot follow. It's Shakespearean is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Too
Exactly.
Shakespearean for 12-year-olds.
Yeah. Like poetry, it rhymes.
Yes.
Good old George. Oh, George.
Some say that kid hasn't watched episode 3 to this day.
I mean, I just do not understand what that's teaching him anyway. Like, always follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not even rules. It's just a suggestion by the MPAA or whatever.
Yeah. Follow rules blindly.
Even when we know it's fine because we took all the rest of the family to see the movie. Always follow the rules.
I like to think. I mean, he's probably like 12 and a half. he's like 12 he's 12 and 11 months.
Yeah.
I like to think they dropped him off at his friend's house, and the friend's family took him.
Ah, that would be great. Michael Spitz. I saw a Thunderhawk today, and I can't believe how small it was considering the price. Yeah, you'd think $700 would buy you a lot of model.
Mm-hmm.
Bane, silent. Still waiting on the standalone Gonk Droid movie. Gonk. Gonk. Gonk.
Exactly.
Power Surge. I wonder if Lego Star Wars is the most profitable Lego set series. I don't know if it is the most, but I know that Lego Star Wars was instrumental in kind of turning the Lego ship around in the very early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
The success of Lego Star Wars kind of helped get everything, refocus everything. Bane selling. Imagine not being able to witness the badassery of Grievous. Pure torture. I know, right? Honestly, they should only let 10-year-olds see that movie.
Yeah. That'd make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
The kids would actually enjoy it.
Yeah. AR. Annie killed a bunch of kids. Yeah, but it was implied child murder. Master Skywalker, what are we gonna do?
Amazing.
Heavy heretic. It was his fault for being born last.
What an idiot. Just be born first.
Mm-hmm. It would have solved a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Spitz. Meanwhile, that the kid probably had a stack of Playboys.
Yeah, I hope.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
He
guess
had something.
not.
Yeah. I mean, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would always hope he had something fun. But,
Yeah.
he probably didn't.
No.
How old do you think he probably is now?
I don't know. I mean, he was 10 in... When did Star Wars 3 come out? 2003?
You are the resident expert.
Okay, well, we can figure this out. They came out a year apart, right? Or 2 years apart? 1999. Then 2002. So 2004 was episode 3?
Okay.
So yeah. He was that
That's
old.
how old he is.
Yeah. He's 2021. Minus 2004. Plus 10.
Exactly. I wonder what he hasn't seen still. Like, I like to think that his parents are still, like, letting him not, or
Yeah.
making him not watch certain movies.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Drogle. My favorite Grievous moment was the movie is still when Obi-Wan tries to sweep him with a leg kick, and then yells that his shin bone got bruised. Yeah. Happy Heretic. He's probably sat around painting Warhammer 40k minis like a loser. James Cameron Clark. 2005. Ah.
Wait a second. Did you get a piece of Star Wars trivia
I did.
wrong? Are we ending the stream now? Or
Yeah.
what are we
It's
doing?
over.
It's over.
I think Revenge of the Sith might be my least favorite. I don't think it's the worst Star Wars movie, but it annoys me just kind of how lazy everything got.
Mm.
Oh, George.
Doom's Lair. What's Nick painting right now? He's playing PS5, isn't he? I wish I was. I'm painting my secret kill team that I can't talk
Ooh.
about, which is very exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can heavily imply to me and I'll get it.
It's Dark
Yep.
Eldar. It's a Dark
Lucky
Eldar
Bat?
kill team.
It definitely is, right, Lucky Bat?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Mm.
Lucky Bat knows what my secret kill team is.
Ooh woo.
Edward Daigle? I'm new here. Who is Lucky Bat?
I am Lucky Bat.
Okay, there we go. Good.
Nailed it.
Introductions done.
Kyle
Hello.
Jones. How do you get the paint off your hands when you're done painting? It's
You
soap and
don't.
water. Yeah, usually I don't. But it just comes off.
Or you can wear gloves.
Or you can wear gloves.
Some people like a nice glove.
I like to feel the model against my skin.
It's not the only place where you feel it.
I find
In
that
his heart.
it helps. Yeah.
Yep.
It helps me get a
Exactly.
better get a better paint job.
Mm. Yeah, you like touching that model?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like periodically getting YouTube comments about how my fingernails are too long, too gross, or too short.
Mm-hmm. No one's ever said that they're too short.
Yeah.
Only that they're way too long.
We've gotten comments saying, I can't watch your videos because your fingernails are too long.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Okay,
yeah.
then shut your eyes.
I really want to get like acrylic extensions.
Oh,
Just
that'd
get
be
like
very
3-inch
funny.
nails.
That'd be very funny. I would like that very much.
And then you could do ASMR videos.
Yeah.
Dr. Jokel, it annoys you how lazy everything got, and yet you somehow defend the laziest two Star Wars movies. I don't defend the two lazy Star Wars movies. Episode 2 and Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Heretic. Wearing gloves is for losers. Doomslayer. So when's the Pleasure World base tutorial coming along? Didn't we do that base? The Pleasure Palace of Slanesh?
Mm.
Where I call everyone perverts?
Yep. You mean you say the truth?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Senor Penor. Hello. I'm waiting for my first set of Marines for YKB Day. KYB Day. They're going to be Mark 3000 Suns. Ah, neat.
Birthday?
Happy birthday.
For my birthday? That's not gonna say it is. Yep. I'm right.
Happy Heretic. I mean, I'm not going to complain about Jay's fingernails, but I think he could legit slash someone's throat with them. Oh, yeah. Look at these daggers. Look at them. It's absolute talons.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jokel, saying that you like the way the model feels against your skin makes me think of the phrase, it puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again. I thought it was if it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
What on earth is happening?
And then I think later he screams to put the lotion in the basket. It's from Silence of the Lambs.
Ah. I've not seen it.
Force Member 45.
I've read it, though.
Is a good read.
I don't remember.
I mean, it was good enough to become a movie with Anthony Hopkins.
Was it a good read? I don't know. That was fun.
Glad I could help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Force Member 45. Started painting a Warhound legs. So many bits to do.
Yes.
All about those bits.
Mm.
No resin.
No resin. Happy Heretic. Greetings for losers. Lucky Bat needs to see the movie. I'm assigning him some homework.
Ugh.
Well, there's nothing Lucky Bat enjoys more than movies.
You know how much I love a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel the crushing weight of my own existence when watching a movie.
Dr. Joke, at least neither episode 2 or 3 said in the opening crawl that somehow Emperor Palpatine has returned. What, you don't play Fortnite? How, you would have known if you played Fortnite, scrub. I do believe that the text crawl of opening 3 just says Senator Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine, has been captured by Grievous. And I know we got the story of him getting captured, which is actually probably a better story than episode 3.
Twilight.
But still a better love story than Twilight. But it just says he got captured. I guess the lore of it is they also captured Shakti, but that was in a deleted scene.
And Shakti was also there.
Doomslayer. Is there a good Godzilla war game? I know that there's a Godzilla board game. I've seen it in a couple of game stores. I think we saw it at Target. It looks like fun. Mm-hmm. It's called like Tokyo Rumble or Take on Tokyo or something. Mm-hmm. It comes with Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan.
AR. I smoked the wrong essential essence in my ritual, and I'm back to the cereal bowl for penance. Didn't you do that last week?
Everyone makes mistakes, Nick.
Twice?
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days.
Doomslayer. King of Tokyo. That sounds right. The movie was Joe Dirt. I heard that Joe Dirt 2 was a disaster. I kind of like Joe Dirt 1.
Disastrously good?
No. Joe Dirt 1 is disastrously good. Iron Frenzy 217. I think Shakti is the character that has died the most in Star Wars. I think that is officially correct because she technically died in Revenge of the Sith twice because they were going to move the scene where she dies to another part of the movie, and they actually did like the pre-visualization for it, and then they still cut it. And then she dies in a comic book, she dies in a video game, and she actually is one of the very few characters to die in the Lego Star Wars games.
Oh my goodness.
So she dies a lot.
I think she also dies in the 2D Clone Wars.
No, she gets grievously injured in 2D
okay.
Clone Wars. I think they show her alive. Well, they show her unconscious, but they don't show her, like, die.
She died.
GeForce Member 45. They made a Joe Dirt 2? Senor Penor. They did Shakti dirty. I mean, at least she got to do stuff, unlike most Jedi. Most Jedi just get to die in a montage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yoda feels sad. Remember that crazy line in Episode 3 when Jedi Master Windu was talking to Yoda in a flying spaceship, but none of their robes or hair were waving at all?
It was the Force.
I think it was the green screen. But and they're like, I think it is time to inform the Senate that of our diminished ability to use the Force. What does that mean? That sounds pretty major. Mm-hmm. It is never, ever brought up again. Iron Frenzy 217. Grievously injured. Was that a pun? Of course it was.
Yeah, that's planned.
Senor Penor. I am FAO. Window. Yeah, Jedi Master Mace Window. In the art of Star Wars Episode 3, there's some really cool art of
Windows.
battle of battle damaged Jedi. A lot of the Jedi were they did art as if all of the Jedi had been participating in a war for the past 3 years, and a lot of them are missing limbs, or some of them have eye patches now. But they decided just to have everyone be normal.
How dynamic.
Doesn't Anakin have a nice little beauty scar?
He does have a beauty scar.
Yeah.
That I think that was enough.
Yeah, shows he's been working.
They're like, Kiadi Moody has 2 robotic arms, but we'll just give Anakin a little scar with a magic marker. Senor Penor, I kind of want to get some Star Wars minis now.
Do it.
Doomslayer sends an emoji of, I think, a be quiet, but it kind of looks like a nose-picking emoji.
It kind of does.
It's very, very small on my screen. But it does look like he's gold digging.
It really does.
I wish it was animated.
Then we would know for sure.
Just getting in there.
Oh, digging deep.
Digging deep, drilling.
He's prospecting.
Yeah. This is one of the classiest streams.
Yeah, it is.
Did you see that Midwinter was streaming earlier today?
I did. I looked at it for a few seconds. You know, I mean, I don't think it's, quite as nice as our streams.
No.
And he only had 1/10 of views.
Exactly.
He was using pink is pink.
He was planning on using pink is pink. I didn't get to see if he did use the pink is pink or not. Power surge. Today's a long stream, right? Right.
You better believe it.
Ooh woo.
We're gonna be streaming until the cows come home.
12 o'clock.
Yep. Heavy Heretic. Midwinter Minis doesn't get half the dislikes EOB does. You know what? I bet that's absolutely right.
He had 0 dislikes when I was watching.
Which basically means he's a failure.
Exactly. Doom's Lair. Midwinter Mini is making his own miniatures now, just like Scott the Miniac.
Really? What is he like? I
Interesting.
know Scott loves vampires, and that's why he made a vampire. Does Midwinter like anything?
Probably does. Did he say when it's going to come out?
Tomorrow. I know Scott is also working on some more minis.
That's a pretty good idea.
Bread. Do you know of any suggestions for cheaper paint to get instead of Citadel? Vallejo is probably the best. Army Painter is very cheap, although I don't like it that much. And I was tempted to try out the Star Wars Legion paint because it's really cheap if you buy the paint sets. If like the Imperial set was like $25 for a lot of colors. I was almost tempted, but I have enough paint.
Not even for science.
Nah.
James Cameron Clark. It did break, though. Maybe he pulled out the power cord. No, I think his dog got skunked.
Can you even imagine that happening?
Yeah. How unprofessional.
Of the dogs?
Yes. No, of the skunk. Edge highlighting.
Is fun.
Well, luckily there's so few edges to highlight on this cloak.
Exactly.
Robert Hasdown Jr. At the store today, and Star Wars Legion is really popular, and really tempted to get me a Cad Bane. Ooh, Cad Bane.
Does he have the hat?
He does. I think you can do it either way. You can do it with no hat or hat.
Good, good.
With burp hat.
Happy Heretic. You can never have enough paint. I have enough paint.
You definitely can, especially if it starts drying out.
Yeah. Iron Frenzy 217. That reminds me, I need to catalog my paint.
You have like an Excel spreadsheet? Do some accounting work?
Power Surge.
Do you put all your paints in alphabetical order?
Power Surge. Few edges. The whole thing is edges.
Yeah, just a few.
Quinones. I like Apple Barrel Craft paints. Ooh, I've used some this table was painted with Apple Barrel Craft paint.
Sponsored by Apple Barrel.
It's a good thing they can see it on stream.
Oh, definitely.
But they can see it in the videos.
Yeah.
El Randario. The Star Wars paint sets are made by Army Painter, I believe. Ooh, interesting. That's
God.
fun.
That's hilarious. It's just Army Painter paints.
Happy Heretic. All right, I've got 2 oil-painted Royal Imperial Guards drying in front of my fan. It'll probably take 2 days. Yeah, oil does take a while.
I'm just drinking water.
A likely story.
Burp some burp water.
Oh, I wish.
Everyone's favorite water. Burp water.
What is your favorite flavor of burp water?
Cherry.
I think I like lime. Or maybe lemon.
No.
Mine is either
The-
grapefruit or peach mango.
Why didn't you say coconut?
Ugh. That's even worse than cherry.
Oh, coconut LaCroix.
What's wrong with cherry? Do you not like cherry in general?
I don't like cherry in general.
Okay, well you're just wrong about your taste.
I think I like all the flavors except coconut.
Yeah, I mean I like all the flavors,
Yeah.
but I would rather have cherry.
And I could choke down a coconut if I needed to.
If
Yeah,
you were desperate for the burps.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to hate yourself. We should get sponsored by
Burp water.
We really should. That would be the ultimate sponsor.
You think they would do it?
No.
Yes, but you only get paid in LaCroix.
Good enough.
That's fine.
Good enough. It would still make us money in the long run.
That's true.
That's hilarious. I bet LaCroix wouldn't sponsor us, but I bet Bubbly would.
Yeah. You know what? LaCroix is dead to me. Bubbly all the way.
The Kroger brand.
Yeah. The Kroger brand.
They just send you a case every once in a while.
Good.
I'm sending half a case.
Yep.
The other half is dead mice in it or something.
Oh.
Happy Heretic. I can choke down a coconut if I need to. That's what she said.
Nice.
Well done.
Ah, Michael Spitz brings up a good point. What the fuck is burp water? Sparkling water.
Carbonated water.
And sometimes they put the hint of flavor in it. Speaking of the hint of flavor, I have to piss.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be right back. Keep the troops entertained.
So,
Alright.
it's all
Ooh,
that
you should
burp
give them an
water.
animal fact.
Ah, yes. Animal fact.
There are
Bert.
4 types of Belgian Shepherd.
What are the 4 types?
I think it's Grenendale, Tervuren, Lacanois, and Malinois.
Can you give me a bird fact?
Emperor penguins and king penguins are different.
Ah.
They look very similar, kind of, if you're not paying attention. But they
Mhm.
are different. They are different penguins.
Well, there you go. Do you know anything about peacocks?
Um, they have a very small brain.
Well, I could have told you that.
And also their call sounds like ah,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of birds.
Mm-hmm. Iron Frenzy 217. Whisper of Strawberry.
Delicious.
Yeah, and I mean, really, they're all whisper flavors. As Jay says, like, the lime was in the room with the burp water, and that's how the flavoring got made.
Mm.
Robert Has Downs Jr. Dude, did the weed kick in, or did the bat just start talking? A little bit of both. Doomslayer. Which ones are puffins, and do they like boobies? The blue-footed kind.
I think they live in completely different environments. I think um, well, there are many types of boobies. The blue-footed ones are just the most fun because they have blue feet.
You
And I
said
think
boobies.
those are relatively tropical birds, and then puffins are Arctic birds.
Mm.
This has been Animal Hour. Thank you for tuning
Animal.
in.
A whole hour. Do you think you have enough animal facts where you could do a podcast?
Maybe I would love to like do more research and stuff because I do really like animals.
Mm-hmm. You're an animaholic?
That makes me sound like a furry.
Well, maybe just a little bit.
No,
Kino Kinones, what is the best bird?
the common loon,
And why is that?
because they're cool. They migrate, and so they live on freshwater and saltwater, which I think is really cool.
Mm.
I was actually listening to a podcast about the common loon, and I was like, "Hey, cool, the common loon, love that bird, love it."
Mm-hmm.
And then they just started talking about bats in the same podcast, and I was like, "Whoa, two for one,
I'm a
what
bat.
a deal!"
Mm-hmm.
It's me. I can't believe they made a podcast just for me.
Mm-hmm. So when you go to bed, do you hang upside down?
Yes,
Nice.
yes,
Why do they do that?
because that's how their feet are.
Oh, great.
They can't grab things with their little thumbs, like not to hang off of.
Mm-hmm. Akino Kino is, yeah, but turkeys taste pretty neat.
Okay, back to the argument about if chicken or turkey is the superior bird for eating.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, chicken.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Obviously. And here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I remember at about like Thanksgiving time, you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about like, oh, what if both were made available? Well, obviously everyone would just eat the chicken because it's better, and then we would stop having turkey at meals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Jay would disagree with you.
Well, he's allowed to, so
Mm-hmm.
he can be
I think
wrong.
he's doing more than peeing.
Yeah, this is taking a while. Or maybe it's a really rough one.
There's blood in it.
Oh. Yeah, can you put up a poll on YouTube and then do chicken or turkey? We got to get to the bottom of this.
Turkey is more American. That's what people are saying. But turkeys and chickens are delicious. Yeah, but chicken's better.
Someone's been timing it.
Four
Thank
minutes
you.
and 30. 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It's been a rough one. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Has some extra water joined the stream?
Some extra fluid certainly has joined the stream.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, it has entered the ring.
More edge highlighting.
Did someone mention they had a bird?
I like birds. I had birds. I had parakeets.
You missed animal minutes.
Oh, what's animal minutes?
Well, all the minutes you were gone, we were talking about animals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to paint more red. And it's great is I'm going to have to go in and then accent all of this with orange and then accent it all with yellow. But it should look pretty neat when I'm done.
Next door has a particularly noisy parrot. Well, what you do is you wake up earlier and start screaming earlier to assert your dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
As you can imagine, I am a great neighbor.
Too much paint on hands. Jay didn't wash.
Oh, stovetop stuffing is just one of the most perfect foods that humans have ever conceived.
It's pretty it's pretty shockingly good.
You know what makes it so good? The butter. And the salt.
Yeah, you
And the bread.
You put in isn't it like a stick?
No, it's only like half a stick.
Is it really only half a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Winter's put on a whole stick.
Yeah.
It turns it into butter soup with bread
Oh, that
breadcrumbs.
sounds delicious.
Are quail eggs good? I've never had one.
Me either.
Known as hot take. Quail is the superior bird for eating. Robert Hassan Jr. Jay, if you pee on your hands, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Kidney stones sometimes. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Happy Hair Tech. My wife kicked me off the internet. Well,
But you're still here.
yeah, your comment suggests otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
He could be using data.
Or his phone or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my wife have that much power. That's too much.
Dark Avenger 3510. Jay, I had a visit with my chiropractor. The stairs today. I have a weird pain in my arm, but my back problems are gone.
Perfect.
G-Force member 45. Paula Deen every meal. Just add a sides to your butter.
What's Paula Deen?
Isn't Paula Deen a southern food lady?
Yeah.
She gives
Big
you
old
recipes.
Yeah, big old southern food lady. A lot of butter.
A little plump.
I get it.
Now you tell me how I'm supposed to feed a family of 4, 5, 6 on a 12-ounce package of sausage, couple of dozen of eggs, and a T-bone steak. We're talking 600 plus pounds a man if you catch my drift.
Ah, your parakeet.
That was the greatest video I ever saw in my life.
I think sometimes birds just do that. They just sleep upside down sometimes.
My birds never slept upside down.
Well, good
Mine
for your
didn't
birds.
either.
Jay, my car is still here.
When
It
you
sounds like
least
someone's
expect it.
complaining.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to get rid of this car.
Yep. Sounds like you just want your car to leave. And you know what they say about complainers?
Complainers get their cars stolen.
Exactly.
Complainers get stitches.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to know what snitches get.
Bitches.
Yeah. Dr. Joko, well, she was a whole Southern Food Network woman until the whole racial slur thing happened.
I thought she had a slavery-themed wedding.
Whoa.
I didn't
That was
know
Ellen.
That wouldn't have hurt Ellen.
No.
She would have made it
Helped
cute.
her. Yep.
Oh, I love Ellen.
Called Ellen on the Plantation. Yeah. You love Ellen because she didn't do anything wrong.
Ellen did nothing wrong. All those interns deserved it.
Mm-hmm. And you know. You're the one person that knows.
Yep. Yeah, she sends me emails.
That'd be fun.
And
Since you
every
abuse-
email ends with, yeah, no one will believe you.
Yeah, exactly. I remember some comedian had a joke. Maybe it was Louis C.K.
I think it was.
That-
Is it the Obama or the Bush thing?
I think it was Obama.
It was Obama?
Obama comes to his house.
It was like really mean to him.
Yeah. It's like, no one will believe you.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I stand with Ellen.
Yeah.
Because you believe women.
I do. I'm very progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the car insurance.
Mm.
Or is it house insurance?
The lady with
Probably
the bob
both,
head?
right?
I think it's just insurance.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Happy Heretic. Ellen did nothing wrong. She's the real life Magnus.
Which one is Ryan Gosling?
Wasn't he in Drive? You know the movie Drive that you've
Yeah,
seen?
I was about to say keep naming movies until I can figure out which one I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Ellen's set looks eerily similar to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Amazing.
Blake Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds, not Gosling.
Which one's Ryan Reynolds?
Ah.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
I've not seen it.
He was both Deadpools. Dr. Trokel. Jay stands with Ellen because she said she'd kick the shit out of him if he didn't. That sounds like Ellen. You've really captured her essence.
Yeah.
Andy Crimson, The Notebook, Drive, Blade Runner, 2049 for Gosling.
Mm.
A gosling is a baby goose. A baby swan is called a cygnet.
Baby human's called a baby.
Well, I don't know anything about those.
Mm-hmm. Like, you notice Gosling, Reynolds, Seacrest. It's like all the same three people. Mm-hmm.
I think one of the
Seacrest sounds like the flavor of a toothpaste.
It does.
I don't know if I've ever laughed as hard as when in the show Reno 911 there's a murderer being executed,
Mm-hmm.
and like his last words are Seacrest out. I don't know if I've ever laughed harder.
Wow.
And even though he's executed, he shows up later in the show.
Mm.
El Rondario. Anybody see the divorce settlements for news for Robert De Niro? He's married? Has he made a good movie in like the last decade?
Yeah, I don't know. My whole thing is when you're that old, you got to give up at some point.
You do. Just give up. He was in some of the best movies ever made.
Give up.
Maybe he's hoping to star in another movie where they digitally de-age him.
Just give up. At some point, you gotta give up.
And it's
it's fun to give up.
It's not even giving up if you're going out on top.
Right.
That's just riding off into the sunset.
That's called quitting while you're ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of grumpy old men, there was a movie with Han Solo. What's his name?
Harrison
Ford. And
That's what I know, guys.
It's a movie about him and a dog, and they used a fake dog, and so there's tons of behind the scene footage of him playing and petting a human in one of those suits with the dots. And it's super weird.
I want to see that. That's awesome.
Robert Hasdown Jr. He was in the Joker movie. That counts. Oh, you know what? He was great in that. He was just Robert De Niro in that movie, but it was a great choice.
Oh, the talk show guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
I did
shot
see
in
that
the
movie.
face. Spoiler alert. Everyone saw it.
Dr. Jokel, he was in The Irishman in 2019.
Was that good?
I heard it was and wasn't.
Heath!
Apparently,
Oh, hi, Heath.
Ah!
What up? Are you streaming tomorrow?
Hello.
Because I'll be there. Yeah, the girls turned out nice. The Malifaux Arcanist Performers Showgirls Minions.
You got to come up with an
Nailed
acronym
it.
that you will then also forget.
You know, though? You get it every time. Just a little slowly.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Happy Heretic. I didn't see it. JK, I did. Yeah, massive spoilers for the movie Joker. It's good. It's worth watching. Even if you don't give a crap about Batman or the Joker, it's just kind of a good movie. Is Prince Harry the lizard, or is that Prince Andrew? I mean, I'm sure they're both lizards.
Yeah, they all are. The whole royal family.
Heath Aldrich. I will be. Hopefully, I can paint some stuff. I need to bust out my Malifaux stuff. You do? Malifaux is rad.
What do you do in Malifaux?
Nah, that's a good question.
Yeah, which of the 25 factions that are split into 80 sub-factions do you play?
And why is it by you?
And Crimson. Irony of De Niro playing the... Oops, this rolls too fast. Irony of De Niro playing the talk show host in Joker. He played a delusional comedian that takes a talk show host hostage in King of Comedy. And you know what else is... a lot of the moments in the Joker are a lot like the movie Taxi Driver, and De Niro stars in Taxi Driver.
Joker was good.
Yeah.
And it created a lot of, well, not a lot of, but it was fun to see all the creeps on the replica prop forum want to become Joker.
Yeah.
And some people really identified with that movie, which is interesting.
Aaron Dorio. Anyway, De Niro's wife wants $1 million a month to maintain her lifestyle. I should just give it to her.
I mean, if you were De Niro's wife, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If I was De Niro's wife, I would want as much as I could get.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, though, if it was the other way around, nobody would care about him. Or nobody would care about the guy in that situation. Like if it was a rich lady, rich actress, they'd be like, nah, he doesn't get money. His lifestyle, what do you mean? Playing tennis? He doesn't get extra money.
Heath Aldrich. Neverborn was what I bought. I also love the Resurrectionists. Yeah, the Neverborn are sweet. A lot of them remind me of the movie of John Carpenter's The Thing. Just kind of these undescribable monsters. Robert has to engineer. Keynote, is that Godzilla 2000? Godzilla 2000 is one of the best Godzilla movies. It came out in 1999, and it stars Godzilla versus Orga.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually do a pretty clever thing. Usually the human plot and the Godzilla plot are kind of loosely connected, but in that movie, the human plot is all about trying to figure out this meteorite that crash landed on Earth like 65 million years ago. And by the time they figure it out, it's time for the final fight with Godzilla and Orga. It's actually a pretty solid Godzilla movie.
Akino knows people got pissed when Adele's husband got a huge chunk of her fortune.
Good.
I say go.
Rich people shouldn't get married. Everyone should be like Oprah. Oprah is my favorite. Oprah is America's queen. Mm-hmm. She's our royalty. Mm-hmm. And I think she has like a long-term like boyfriend, husband, but she could kick him in the curb in a second.
Exactly.
Good for Oprah.
And that's what you should do.
I love Oprah.
Yeah, you watch her shows all the time.
Every day. I'm in the studio audience. I go on all the days where they don't get squat.
You go on all the days where they give you beauty cream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Dr. Jokel. The only good Godzilla movie was the one with Matthew Broderick. No! That's the worst one. Actually, it's honestly not the worst, but it's not a Godzilla movie. Force Member 45. Remember, Godzilla 2000 happened because Toho absolutely hated 1998 Godzilla. I don't think that's true. I think it was just they just moved on from the Heisei series. I think there was 8 movies in the Heisei series, and then they revamped it for Godzilla 2000 into the Millennium series. And then they made like 5 Millennium series movies, and then they're like, maybe no Godzilla. But then they made Final Wars and then called it a day for like almost 2 decades, and then they made Shin Godzilla, which was legendary.
How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Lucky Bat?
I am also well.
Mm-hmm. Lucky Bat, have you seen a Godzilla movie?
No.
Ever? I've never either. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it that way.
I think that they're wonderful.
Nick, what was the last movie you watched?
What was the last movie I watched?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't even know. It might have been Rise of Skywalker. It was Joker. It must have been Joker.
Yeah, probably.
That was 2 years ago.
I mean, I saw every Star Wars movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I went out of my way to watch the movie Free Fire, which was phenomenal, with one of my favorite actors, Charlize Copley. And I also we saw Knives Out, which is perfect. Knives Out is a perfect movie. It
is a very good movie. I would highly recommend it as someone who doesn't really like movies.
Michael Spitz, this sounds like the bad icebreakers in high school. It does. What is your favorite movie? What's your favorite color?
Dr. Jokel, Oprah, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Ellen, you get a punch, and you get a punch. And you know what? Shoot that one.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
That was a little too mean to Ellen. I'm offended now. We love Ellen in this house.
mm-hmm. Akino Kinona. Start with Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is really, really good. I think you can probably watch the original Godzilla and then Shin Godzilla and really kind of get it.
I could just make you summarize the movies.
Yeah, let me write that down. Mm-hmm. Okay, I will watch them soon.
Son of Godzilla is the only Godzilla movie worth watching. Son of Godzilla is really bad, but is it as bad as Monster Island? Wait, is Son of Godzilla? There's two different Son of Godzillas. There's the one where it's fake. It's all a dream scene for a little boy fighting off the wet bandits from the Home Alone movies. Where sometimes it's called Godzilla vs. Gabara, and I think sometimes it's called Godzilla Monster Island, and it uses mostly stock footage from other Godzilla movies. And then there's Son of Godzilla, where Godzilla fights Kamacuras, Kumanga, the spider, and Ibira. And the Ibira fight is stock footage from the movie Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. The Godzilla movies were really bad about just taking footage from other Godzilla movies. That was really only a thing in the Showa series. They didn't do that later on because they couldn't get away with it. It was like, well, we have to at least make new fights. Oh, and Godzilla fights a giant bird, but not to be confused with Rodan. I think it fights the Rock, it's called, which actually is a historical bird, I think. I mean, it wasn't Godzilla-sized, but...
Dwayne
The Rock. I think I've seen almost every single Godzilla movie. There's a couple I haven't seen. But I think there's like 29 Japanese Godzilla movies. And I think I've probably seen like 25.
Are you planning to see the new one?
King Kong versus Godzilla?
Yes.
I'm sure I'll get around to it. Doomslayer Chase just making up monsters now.
Yep. I think he's making up most things that he says.
Prussian Blue. Hey, guess who got a driver's permit today?
Oh, congratulations. Driving is hard.
Good for you. Akino Kinona, Shin Godzilla is less about a monster destroying Japan and more about people trying their best to save the day in a modern socio-political climate. It is, and it's wonderful.
What a world.
Happy Heretic. I feel like Kumanga was created during the lazy days of Toho. Happy Heretic. Everyone was hungover, and they were like, we need a new monster for the movie. And someone was like, fuck it. Just make a giant-ass spider. What's really fun about the Japanese monster movies is a lot of the times, monsters would just show up in their own movie and then show up in Godzilla. I know Varan, the costume was deteriorating so bad from its own movie that they didn't put an actor in it. They just hung it and made it fly above the other monsters in Godzilla. Which one? The one where they all team up in the Showa series. But yeah, they hung it from the set ceiling and it just hovers there.
That's thrifty. Amazing. And I respect it.
There was a giant turtle that was not Gamera.
I like turtles.
That is seen in a little bit in Godzilla 2000. The Ibira was seen briefly. No. Ibira was from Godzilla, but the Japanese robot. God, what was it called? In Space Godzilla, it makes its Godzilla appearance, but it also appeared in another movie in Japan in the 60s, and that was called Mogira. And then the Gotengo appeared in Godzilla Final Wars in 2004. And it also had its own debut in its own movie. Rodan is famously from its own movie. Mothra famously got her start in a movie that had nothing to do with Godzilla. So yeah, Japan has been doing Marvel-esque extended universe movies before Marvel even did it.
Mm-hmm.
G-Force Member 45. Destroy all monsters. Thanks, G-Force Member 45. I know I can count on you.
Robert S. Downs Jr. Driving seems pretty easy to me. I drive my wife crazy almost without trying.
That's joke. I've seen a lot of people complain about the newer Godzilla movies having human stories jammed into the monster movie, and I'm like, yeah, have you never seen a Godzilla movie? I'm a little bit torn, because the new movies feel so Hollywood, and it kind of takes away from the Godzilla feel of them. And I get that you can't just make bad movies, because all Godzilla movies are bad, but there's some sort of a charm that's lost. Also, there's too goddamn many characters. In Godzilla King of the Monsters, there was like 11 main characters. That's too many main characters. Doomslayer, you're making up monsters again.
And speaking of monsters, I'm going to go take a pee.
Yeah.
All right, have fun.
I'll be right back.
Happy Heretic. Marvel needs to bring in their own kaiju. American kaiju. Apparently there was the kaiju that you see at the end of Godzilla versus the King of the Monsterverse, or whatever, the movie that came out a couple years ago that I cannot remember the name of. We see like a Muto, we see a giant mammoth, which would have been a pretty badass kaiju, and we see a couple of other ones, the ones that they all baited us with in the trailer, that only show up for a split second in the final movie, and apparently Godzilla killed them all off screen. Dr. Jokel, I'm surprised that they still have never hashed out a Godzilla Gamera crossover movie. That's true. The Gamera movies start out pretty much unwatchable, but then they actually made some really, really good Gamera movies. Gamera versus Virus, Gamera versus Gauss. And then there's one other one, but yeah, the legit Gamera movies are actually pretty legit. So Gamera has movies worse than anything in the Showa series of Godzilla, and it has stuff better than probably a lot of the best Godzilla movies. Gamera is a very, very weird property. Gamera, do 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 Gamera. The Mothra movies get pretty trippy too. I have the Mothra trilogy on Blu-ray. It's wonderful. It's hard to believe movies that campy got made in the early 2000s. They really are dreadful. Andy Crimson, in Godzilla vs. King Kong, the conspiracy theorist type and the Hollow Earth believers are the heroes, and that's enough to make me laugh. Doomslayer, Aquino, there's a hit play about that called Equus.
I love Equus so much.
Yeah. Good old Equus. Good old Daniel Radcliffe and his massive dong.
I wouldn't know. I've not seen it.
Only a lucky few have.
But not this lucky bat.
GeForce Member 45. The Millennium Gamera movies were amazing. Yes, they were. Gamera versus Gauss. Gamera, Advent of Legion and Revenge of Iris. Doomslayer. Gamera versus Shamora. Gamera versus ShamWow. See, I can make up monsters too. Dr. Jokel. Toho is butthurt because Gamera is trying to capitalize on the success of Godzilla. They hold business grudges in Japan big time.
Big time.
Prussian
Welcome
Blue.
back.
So not to hijack the conversation, but I wrote a lot in Discord and added you and Nick and wondered your thoughts. Brainstorming on ways to implement T-Guard into 40k. I looked at it I don't get a lot of time to look at the Discord. I did see a little bit of this though. The trying to figure out how to bring Plague Guard into or the Chaos Guard Legions into 40k. And the problem is I don't play 9th edition 40k. I've never played a game of it. So it's hard for me to say how it should be implemented. I saw like the idea of maybe making them toughness 4 instead of toughness 3, and I feel like that might be too good. I would probably just look to like do count ases, so I would probably use guardsmen to count as poxwalkers. And I don't know, maybe have bullygrins count as plague marines. That'd be my instincts, but I'd probably come up with something a little bit better if I actually had some experience with 9th edition. TK, Serial Prince. Remember, folks, hit the thumbs down. We love them. If you're new to the channel, join us crazy peeps. We also have a Discord and Patreon. Again, we love the thumbs down. GeForce Member 45. Jay, do you have the Millennium series of Gamera on DVD? I do not. I remember I rented them from my local library on VHS when I was little. The only stuff I have on VHS are on. I have a couple of Blu-rays. I have all the Mothra movies on Blu-ray, and I have Shin Godzilla on Blu-ray, and I actually own the Matthew Broderick movie on DVD. Happy Heretic. Jay doesn't care about his own Discord. Yep.
Nah, the Discord is very fun, but it is sometimes you're busy. You have to keep up, and there's a lot of posts.
You know what though? I am always checking the meme page. Day and night, I will see a meme page post. Robert has Downs Jr. Laserdisc is where it's at.
Yeah.
Power Surge. Which is the movie where Godzilla is evolving? Probably Shin Godzilla, or else maybe Godzilla vs. Destroya, where Godzilla he changes from regular Godzilla into Fire Godzilla. And then at the end of the movie, he may or may not die, and his essence goes into the son of Godzilla, who comes back as proper Godzilla. Eller Under. I'm sorry, but what movie was where there was a whole underwater graveyard of Gamera corpses? Freaked me out. I don't know, but that sounds awesome. Prussian Bleu. There was an example where Death Guardsmen are slower and tougher. Maybe Emperor's Children are faster. Black Legion are fairly standard. World Eaters are a little better in melee and charge. I saw that. I would hesitate to give Guardsmen toughness 4, because I feel like that's it's a pretty game-changing change to go from toughness 3 to toughness 4. I would probably give them maybe a feel no pain or a some sort of an extra saving throw to show that they're have the Nurgle resilience. Because going from toughness 3 to toughness 4 all of a sudden changes how most weapons interact with them.
I mean, I think the only way to really know for sure is to play a bunch of make up your army, make up your list and stuff, and then try it out. And if you keep winning, it might be too good.
If you keep winning, it might just be good enough.
That's true.
Happy Heretic. All I'm hearing from Nick is excuses. Why can't he be more like Lucky Bat?
Yeah.
And deliver animal facts.
Do you have another animal fact for the stream?
Cows. What about cows?
Cows have four-chambered stomachs.
I think cow tipping is fake. I think that's a fake thing. How would you tip a cow? They're like 800 pounds.
I don't know. I've never tried to tip over a cow.
I think that's just a joke that they play on their dumb, like that farm kids play on their dumb city slicker friends.
That'd be pretty good. I've milked a cow before. But I'm from Wisconsin, so that's pretty standard education.
Happy Here's that cows are fake.
It's all soy milk.
Doomslayer, you hear about that player caught cheating in the ITC today? I don't follow competitive 40k, but one of the top players was caught. Seems like a bad thing to do when the top prize is a handshake. You know, though, it's feeling a little bit special can really make you do some horrible things.
How is he cheating?
Maybe he's using loaded dice, or maybe he was getting the rules for his army wrong. I mean, there's 1.5 billion ways of cheating 40k because there's infinite rules.
I think everyone's cheating all the time.
Yeah.
He brought a tape measure that has inches be a little longer than they're supposed to be. Bad.
Flimbo the dude, bro, I need some poxwalkers. Flimbo the dude, I need some poxwalkers to get those command points.
You mean victory points?
Oh, speaking of victory points, guess who won today's game of Kill Team?
Lucky Bat.
I did.
You didn't even let them guess.
Lucky Bat won.
I did it.
It was darn close, though. Dr. Drokel, I grew up in the country and I can confirm that cow tipping is real, plus you always tip them at least 15%. Wait, that doesn't make sense. You always tip them 15%?
Yeah, like food, like service.
I get it. That's a good joke, Dr. Drokel.
Went right over the old noggin.
Kino Kinonas, cows are real, but most ground beef is Soylent Green.
That makes sense.
Robert S. Downs Jr. He was cheating in his marriage, very serious in this community. Mondature, cow tipping is an urban myth, but tree tipping is a crime.
I've heard about that. Question Blue. Y'all have cows? Ohio is cooler. We have corn.
Yeah. I remember driving to Sullivan, Illinois, and spending 10 hours staring at corn. Driving right through the middle of Illinois. Every now and then you see an Amish house. You're like, look at that!
A couple of sticks. Like driving through southern Illinois is pretty boring. Driving through Nebraska is worse. It's just it's the same thing, but the entire state.
What I thought, though, what really blew me away was when I was in line at a Dollar General in southern Illinois, and there was Amish people behind me, getting like Hostess products, and I'm like, what? And their horse was parked outside.
Mm-hmm. And you were telling them, like, hey, you're not supposed to have this.
And they were like, would you like to buy some freshly churned butter? And I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But don't change the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Flimbo the dude, car flipping is the same process but requires more rage.
Mm-hmm.
You can also tip the Amish. Ah, the Amish.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I think I finally finished highlighting everything in red.
Nice.
So now it's time to highlight everything in orange.
Yeah.
Some real heart-pounding action this stream.
How many Amish people do you think watch our streams?
You'd think 0, but I bet a couple.
Mm-hmm.
You really would think 0.
You know, we have a couple million views in total if you combine everything together. Do you think at least one of those views was viewed by an Amish person?
I hope so. Dr. Chokel, they may have been Mennonite instead of Amish. Some of them do use horse and buggy, but most drive cars. It could have been. They look pretty Amish, except for the Hostess cupcakes and Twinkies.
Yeah. That's classic Mennonite behavior.
Akino Kinon is no lie. The Amish are outbreeding the general population of Pennsylvania. At this rate, Amish will be the majority in 2060. Good.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Do they vote?
That's a good question. They must, right? Although I don't think they have to participate in the draft.
Do they have like a representative?
I bet they do.
Imagine them sending an Amish person. I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, they probably have a normal representative.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't have an Amish one. They have to send it by horse and buggy to Washington, D.C.
Happy Heretic. The Amish just drive the horses and buggies for the tourists. Mm-hmm. I find that hard to believe driving around Sullivan, Illinois. Because I'd be on a road... like, there's like roads that just go on and on for like 10 miles that no one drives on all day long. And there's just the Amish horse and buggy going up and down.
Akino Kanones. Amish vote. It's a civic duty. They have towns like normal people.
I mean, they are normal people.
Well,
they're just Amish.
They're just Amish. But like, they're like normal people, but like from like 200 years ago.
Yeah. Robert S. Downs Jr. We need to build a wall against the Amish and then they'll pay for it.
Yeah. With butter. Doomslayer. It'll take a while by horse. Probably would die of dysentery.
Still, Willem came for the Warhammer, stayed for the Amish talk. Oh, the Amish. Happy Heretic. Fun fact, the Amish sit behind billboards and horses and buggies. They ride out into the road when they see a car coming, kind of like a speed trap. That doesn't even make sense, though, because they don't stop you and like ask for money. Are they just hoping to give the impression of horse and buggy riding life so that you might stop at like an Amish store?
I have no idea.
Like, that's some pretty savvy marketing if that's... Ooh, quick! And like, do they look at the car and they're like, that's an Acura. They're not gonna do anything. But if they see like a 5-year-old car, they're like, ooh, get him. Mm-hmm. Looks like a family of 4. They're probably gonna buy some butter.
Mm-hmm.
For $3 or whatever.
Doomslayer. Amish would probably love war games more than video games anyway.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, they would love video games if they were given video games.
Oh, they would. Video games are so good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be the end of Amish if they played video games.
Hmm. Akina Konedes. Amish can't play games. They're too busy being perfect people. I kind of feel like Aquino Quinones might be Amish. Andy Crimson, I'm playing a video game now. Are you Amish?
That's what I would always do. I would always have like a podcast or a stream open while playing video games.
It is perfect.
I would get my money's worth out of my video game free time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably be like eating Oreos with the other hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Mm-hmm. And then you'd have like one of those gerbil containers full of wine.
Yeah.
To
No,
your
it would be
left,
like,
you just suck it down.
like a camel pack. It's just hanging out of the
Yep.
corner of my mouth.
Yep. Or like one of those beer hats.
Mmm. Yes.
But wine. You put a whole box of wine on your head.
I think you mean water.
Right.
Yes.
Obvious.
Gotta stay hydrated.
El Rondorio. I used to live in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, and I wish I could go back.
Mm.
You lived in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, or you lived on a slippery rock in Pennsylvania?
Mm.
Iron Frenzy 217. The thought of the Amish playing Doom Eternal is interesting to say the least.
There we go. Man, I could feel you holding that back. You
DK
needed to
Studio,
let that release.
DK Studio Prince. Remember, folks, hit the thumbs down. We love them. If you're new to the channel, join us crazy peeps. We also have a Discord and Patreon. Again, we love them thumbs down. Info in the link
Yeah.
below. I bought some Doom minis from Hardcore Miniatures that apparently are in production, or they're in whatever they haven't shipped yet is.
Mm. So they stole your money.
They haven't shipped
and you won't
yet,
get the
then.
models.
No, I think I'll get the models.
Mm.
They're cool models. I got them for a good deal. They were having a sale a little while ago because
420.
they had a plug on Trapped Under Plastic,
Ah.
and some of the stuff was like 50% off. It was really good.
Nice.
TK Sturdy Prince. The rock slipped. That's why it's not in Pennsylvania. Kino Kinona's rumor has it that the Village movie by Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, was actually about the Amish people. That was an interesting movie. I think I liked it. Prussian Blue. Lionel Johnson is Amish. Prussian Blue. Resident Evil, the Amish. I bet Amish people would love Resident Evil. Call of Duty Amish Country.
Ah, amazing.
Call of Duty Amish Warfare.
So are you shooting the Amish?
I mean, I'm sure. Are they at the gun stage?
Do they have bows and arrows?
You know what? I think that could be fun if the guns sucked in a video game. It'd make it a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Is there Call of Duty Revolutionary War Warfare? You get to shoot once every 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And you have to do these crazy button combinations to load the gun again.
You have to pull a lead ball out of your musket pouch and then pack down the powder. If you get 3 kills, you get the little drummer boy perk that lets you reroll twice, reshoot twice as fast. You know, though, if you get 25 kills, though, you still get the AC-130 gunship perk.
Amazing. The little drummer boy perk. Amazing.
Happy Heretic. So the Amish are basically a real-life Age of Empire army. Still, Williams, bows and arrows are tech, so they don't use them. But then Aquino Quinona says a shotgun is completely kosher to own as an Amish. Ooh,
So how are guns less tech?
I guess because shotguns are old.
A bow and arrow is
Well-
older. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had that
Anyone,
for a long
if anyone in Amish in the chat want to pipe in, clear this up for us.
yeah. I hope everyone's lying to us about everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can just assume.
We ask a lot of questions and we get a lot of answers, but who knows if they're right?
Ah, man, I love Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Wish my computer could run it. I have a Mac, though, so that's just a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm. They just throw rocks. Oh my goodness. Mondateur, do the Amish have dentists? Asking the real questions. That's a
Maybe they
great
have the old
question.
setup where your barber was also your dentist.
And they just pull your teeth.
Yeah.
So you want a little off the top, and then me take a look at that E5 molar?
Mm-hmm. Man, I would love to have a dentist on stream with us.
That would be great.
That'd be really, really fun.
And then we could be like, so dentistry is fake, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, we just take a look and then make it up. Yeah, two cavities, and you need a crown put in.
For Halloween this year, we should dress up as dentists. That's a real frightening thing.
Doomslayer, the Amish are pacifists. I mean, that's not going to fly in a Call of Duty game, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not fun.
Robert has Downs Jr. They still get the tactical nuke, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah. What do you think the little drummer boy perk does?
Oh, God, I love the people who play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 now. It's great. The second a game starts, people are like, all right, everybody, no akimbo P90s, okay? No noob tube. No, and everybody has their own gun that they think is too overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
El Rondero, the Amish can use anything that a blacksmith can make. What if they had like a really, really genius blacksmith who could make like a Galaxy Note 5?
Oh my god.
Dr. Drokel, I got a math professor very mad at me one time because I told her that math wasn't a real science due to the existence of imaginary numbers.
That's very fair.
Jesse Nicoletti, Call of Duty sucks. Or Call of Duty's okay, but GoldenEye was kick-ass. I never played GoldenEye.
Mm.
I only played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I think I played a little bit of Call of Duty Black Ops at my neighbor's house when I was like 12. Kinones. A genius blacksmith isn't a coder. I mean, I think you're not giving this genius blacksmith enough credit.
Mm-hmm. What if you give? Oh my God, ZNubiQ. I tips $5. I come in and immediately need to say dentists are real. That's amazing. So what if you give a blacksmith a book of like, you know, how to code a computer? Is that fine?
Or what if they just figure it out? What if they're just a mega genius and they just figure out everything they need to know to build cell phones and computers and, you know, Call of Duties,
but it like all runs on Steam.
Xbox 360s, and
It all runs on horsepower.
Like, have the Amish ever invented something and then they all get together and they're like, no, this feels a little too much?
I don't think we would know about it, would we?
Well, you know, all the Amish people in chat would. They can give us the inside scoop.
Mm-hmm.
CNBQ. Tony Stark built this thing in a cave with a box of scraps.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Happy here. Math is even more fake than dentistry.
Prussian Blue. Damn, I go and talk about Amish legal nukes and then get put on a watch list and get ignored. Big sad. Oh, I've been on that watch list for years. I mean, you just get a call every other Friday. You know, it's fine. Mm-hmm. They ask you, did you search these 3 things? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, we checked what you're buying, and you haven't bought enough fertilizer for us to carry yet. So have a good day.
Yeah, but you seem to be buying a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to be having quite the fertilizer collection.
I don't get, why is fertilizer explosive?
The chemicals in it?
Maybe? It's all the poop.
I think there's the specific chemical in it or something that is rather...
Is it perlite?
Yeah, you can combine it.
Is the perlite the explosive part?
Yeah.
Makes the petunias really come in nice, but you don't want to get it in your heat.
Yeah. ZNBQ, my phone doesn't like this, so gonna head out. Just stopping by to drop dentistry truth. Good night, everyone.
Good night, ZNBQ. Thanks for stopping by.
Your phone doesn't like the Amish? Seems kind of crazy.
Dr. Joko. Look, you can make fun of the Amish all you want, but the day that you can make white bread that's almost as good as eating cake is the day that you can follow through on these jokes. Oh, I don't disagree that the Amish are better than us. But they're still funny.
Oh yeah.
Prussian Blue's got the bomb facts for us. It's nitrogen.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my god, a couple of people know exactly what. It's the ammonium nitrate in fertilizer.
You got a little chemistry going on over here. Which I'm sure is fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do whatever Walter White did in episode 5 of Breaking Bad. When he almost blew up Tuco. We all remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything in Breaking Bad was accurate.
Mm-hmm. Vader gosh darn believe it.
Flimbo the dude. Hey fellas, sort of new to the actual playing the game. I've only played a few games, but I was wondering if there's any good matches for Helldrakes in a Death Guard. Like, if Helldrakes work well in the Death Guard list, or if how did the Death Guard deal with Helldrakes? Because I don't know the answer to either question. But, I mean, Helldrake is pretty badass. I don't know if the Death Guard have a lot of good anti-air. I know a lot of units in a Chaos Army can take a autogun, or the twin autogun, which is not bad. Although I don't think it gets any special bonuses to hit flying things. Honestly, you can probably ignore a Helldrake for the most part, because the Bale Flamer, although good, isn't amazing. And if they take the Gatling Cannon, then what? They're just going to take out some infantry. But most armies don't struggle to kill infantry.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't really know. I don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm. And you haven't played 9th edition.
And I've never played 9th edition. Although I'm very tempted. I've heard from one of my favorite channels, Auspex Tactics, that he is actually very impressed with all of the 9th edition codexes. So that they're all pretty well internally balanced, and they're balanced pretty well against each other, which is actually pretty heartening, because he's a guy who like eats, sleeps, and breathes 40k Tactics. And if he is really liking all the new codexes coming out, that probably actually means that they're in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Dr. Joggle, I had a friend that told me at work that they cleaned their toilets and used Windex and bleach, and it started smoking and they couldn't breathe. And I said, yeah, because you made chlorine gas. You're a war criminal.
My old roommate had a cat pee on a mattress, and then she tried to get it out with bleach. And that was fun. And we had to keep all the windows open for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Our eyes hurt for quite a while.
She had a cat?
She didn't have a cat. She got the mattress from her parents' house or something like that.
Oh, and the mattress came with cat piss?
Yeah.
Fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane.
Yes.
That's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know this person, so
It makes total
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoever was asking about the Helldrakes, you know what might be good is Flamers, because Flamers auto hit, and Flyers are minus to hit. So maybe you take a bunch of Flamers, so that you can maybe bypass the hard to hit rule for Flyers. Unless there's like a rule I don't know about. It's like, Flamers aren't allowed to hit Flyers.
Which would make sense.
It would make sense. But Flyers have always been kind of awkward in 40k.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since they started making them in like 6th edition.
Mm-hmm. They don't quite feel added.
You're like well integrated.
Yes.
As this stream probably won't get put on the watch list unless Jay says something bad like, man, the FBI has too much power nowadays.
Oh no! You said it! Doomslayer, where are the 40k boats?
Oh, that'd be great. Happy Heretic, brother, there's giant flying beasts heading towards us. Never fear, brother. I shalt blast it from the sky with my short-range flamethrower.
My flamethrower and kill team.
Oh my god, flamethrowers and kill team. It is. If it works, it works.
Mm-hmm. If it works, it twerks.
If it fits, it ships.
Mm-hmm. And I get to
Oh.
shoot it twice. That's
Yeah.
the best part.
I mean, it costs you an arm and a leg, though. 1 command point.
Yeah.
Yeah, a double shot of a D6 Strength 5 AP -1 flamethrower.
Mm-hmm. I got
Yeah.
on the D6. I think I got 2 6s
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
today. Kind of insane.
You got Yahtzee.
The most important thing when fighting orcs and kill team is kill the knobs first.
Remember when I had to take 2 saving throws on my orcs? And it's almost impossible to make. And I
and you
made
made
them
it on 2 6s.
I made 2 6s today. And you went to the rule book to see if you could somehow fix it, somehow change it.
Prussian Blue, all Plague Spewer kill team. That's my new life goal. Doomslayer, isn't the Bale Flamer a flamethrower? In range of yours puts you in range of mine. Dark Avenger 3510. My mother almost mixed bleach and ammonia when trying to clean the other day.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, they really probably should put some more warning labels.
Do you think a lot of people die from it and nobody knows?
I bet a lot of
They're
people
like,
get sick. I don't know if a lot of people die.
No, that's not fun.
It's really easy. There's probably bleach in the bathroom, and there's probably ammonia in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I've painted a Helldrake. It's a fun model.
Mm-hmm. A lot of trim.
A lot
always.
of trim. Yeah, I only painted the trim on the top.
Yep. Abby Hertzik. Well, I'm off for the night. Later, Amish bitches.
Good night, Happy Heretic.
Later.
Good night.
Prussian Blue. I could talk about making phosgene or mustard gas, but then the ATF will kick my windows in. Yeah, I mean, I just give them a key. That way, it saves me a fortune fixing replacing the door.
Mm-hmm. Why would they go through the window when they could go through the door?
Well, because it's more fun to go through the window. They grapple launch onto the roof, and then they zip line in through the window.
Mm. And life is but a stream.
Row, row, row your stream gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. YouTube is a good app. Would never say
Nailed
anything
it.
bad about YouTube.
Never.
Honestly, YouTube doesn't... I mean, everything about YouTube is pretty great.
I mean, you pay them and they pay you.
Yeah! Prussian Blue. I prefer my windows intact. My models are close to them.
Mm.
Dark Avenger 310. I almost ended up in the hospital the other day from breathing in wall primer and enamel paint. Had to sleep in the basement because of the fumes.
Mm.
Thimbo the Dude. I wish Death Guard had a giant Nurgling to smack flyers. I mean, I guess isn't the Great Unclean One kind of a giant Nurgling?
I would say so.
Yeah, Prussian Blue. Flimbo, it's called a Great Unclean One.
Yeah.
Dr. Trokel, they go through the window so the gas dissipates.
Mm. Yep. Well, there you go. Gas.
I'm getting a little bit close on all this edge highlighting. I'm almost at the yellow stage.
I was about to say, isn't there some yellow after that?
I think this will look better than just doing copper.
Yeah. I think so too.
Iron Frenzy 217. All right, I'm a head out. It's been a while since I've been in a chat room. Brought me back to 2002. Thanks for the nostalgia.
Aw.
Yeah.
Anytime. We stream
Anytime.
6 nights a week.
We do. You can join us anytime
That we're
During those
streaming.
times.
that we're streaming, and not tomorrow, but Monday.
Yeah.
And you can even join the Patreon to have even more stream sessions. Imagine that.
I can't.
Andy Crimson, why does everyone seem to be huffing chemical weapons? Great question.
And what are you doing on a Saturday night?
Mm-hmm. Burping up a storm, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Although I'm out of the old burp water. Well, I mean, I could get some more, but I don't deserve it.
And then after I'm done highlighting everything, I need to paint all those balls of color.
What are those balls gonna be?
They're going to be red, and then orange, and then yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Probably only a tiny dot of yellow, though. I think I'm going to try to make them a little bit more not yellow balls. A little bit subtler than some of the other balls that he's covered in.
Less dark balls,
Yeah.
or less light balls, more dark. Like their batteries are running out.
Or just they're not as powerful. They're
Or
not
their batteries
powering
are
a
running out.
resurrection orb. They're just like powering a cape.
They're for the aesthetic.
Russian blue. I have located the Cracker Jack. Andy Crimson. Oh, on a typical Saturday night, I am committing war crimes. It's okay. I only do it in video game format. Well, in real life, but in the format of a video game.
Yeah. GeForce number 45. LED cape.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
That's a good one.
Andy Crimson. Real life, but in the format of a video game. Ender's Game much? I never read Ender's Game. I watched the movie, and I didn't get it. Like, why would children make the greatest strategic geniuses? Like, they train children, I guess, to become the strategists, and then they trick them into orchestrating the war, and then they win. And the children win thinking that they're just playing a training exercise, when in reality they are actually winning the war against the evil aliens.
I've never seen or read this.
I liked Old Man's War better. Prussian Blue. But in Ender's Game, he didn't know he was doing it, which takes the fun away. 1+ saves. You gotta read the book, lol. I do. It's classic science fiction.
You need to listen to Starship Troopers as well.
I do.
Hey, it sounds like there's a lot of stuff that you need to listen to.
I know. They keep goddamn making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This book from a long time ago.
Yep. How dare they?
One plus save. Unfortunately, having seen the movie, the twist is ruined in the end. I don't remember the twist being ruined. I just remember it not being that exciting.
Otherwise known as being ruined.
Robert has Downey Jr. I didn't read the book, but I saw the movie. Never has a more American sentence ever been spoken. I mean, I could also add, I was eating a cheeseburger and, texting while driving and polishing my gun.
Yeah. We were talking about popcorn and with cheese on top. With the all that.
Jesse Nicoletti, I so want Starship Troopers models. I mean, they're out there. They're very obtainable.
Are they even expensive?
Not really. The Mongoose Publishing made them in 2017 or 2007 to 2008, and they actually made a really, really big range of models before they completely went out of business. A lot of the metal models are still being sold by some really small model companies that bought the rights to the molds. But the plastics are all completely done, but they pop up on eBay pretty consistently. I remember I bought 4 expansion boxes for like $30.
Wow.
Like, I got a huge box of them.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Starship Troopers anime movies. They're actually not bad.
What high praise.
Yeah. I don't know if they're amazing,
they're
but I mean, compared to Starship Troopers 2, 3, and 4, the live action movies, in Starship Troopers 3, they could not afford blank firing guns. So when they pull the trigger on their guns, they have a flashlight on the end of their gun, and the flashlight glows for a second.
Ah, great.
And that's the shooting. There's no laser beam. There's no special effects. It's just a flashlight. Jesse Nicoletti, I think they left Games Workshop for a company making them. And he comes, are you serious with the flashlights? I am. It's amazing. Speaking of amazing, I think I can hear the dogs. I'll be right back.
Go get them.
Give us another dog fact.
Animal
fun fact.
They are good boys and girls.
Do you have anything specific about Jay's dogs?
Well, I think they have some beagle in them. They're very small.
They're very small.
They are very small. Almost too small. They're very trippable.
Which one's your favorite one?
That's hard to say.
It's Pumpkin.
Well, I like Pumpkin because she's smart. But she also is, because she's smart,
She's very
that means
naughty.
she can do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
She possesses the capability for evil because of her intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But you do look in her eyes, and she looks back into your eyes, like how things with intelligence do. But
Mm-hmm.
Yoda, you just look into his eyes, and then you just hear elevator music playing,
Yeah.
and that's fun.
Very true. Mm-hmm. He's always got his tongue out.
He's ready to lick. He
Yep.
is primed for licking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, they're barking.
You can hear them. Yeah.
Yep.
Prussian blue. I'll give you a dog fact. They have ears.
Some dogs have ears, yes. I would say the overwhelming majority of them do. Well done.
Andy
Prussian
Crimson.
blue is a very pretty color.
That's the oil wash that I use in my works.
Ah.
Andy Crimson. Now, as soon as he talks about dogs, I encounter some in my game trying to kill me.
What video game is it?
Oh yeah. What video game? Any other fun facts about dogs? Do you have a fact about your dog?
She is an old-time Scotch collie.
Mm. Does she like Scotch?
No, she is bred from like an older line of collies. So they're bred before they put Borzoi into the bloodline to give them that head shape. The problem with that head shape is it also like makes it so that their brains can't grow as big, so they're not like technically as smart.
Mm.
But also she's so small. Like her parents are like a dog head taller than her, and I was hoping she
Wow.
would be about that tall, but she's little.
Mm.
I make fun of her for being short every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I go up to
sure
her
she does too.
and I poke her, and I'm like, "You are small. You are little."
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she does the same thing to you.
Yes, I think she looks into my eyes and thinks, "You are small. You are little."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
What do you-
she's such a
what-
good girl. She's a good dog. Top tier dog. Every day is 420 if you just believe. Also, it's 420 somewhere in the world always, so
That's true.
yeah. You gotta have a can-do attitude
That's
about these things.
That's a Snapple fact. In fact,
Yeah. I don't think I've
Andy
ever had a
Crimson.
Snapple.
7 Days to Die is the game.
I don't think
I've
never
never
played it.
I've never played it. Me either.
Anyone have any opinions of Stardew Valley? I really want to play Stardew Valley. Like, I really want to play Stardew Valley. I watch someone play it, and my whole brain just says, "Oh, little tasks, little tasks. I want to do little tasks."
I know that I'll love it, and I'll never buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never buy it because I know that I really, really like it.
Are his back and even more stoned.
Andy Crimson. It's a zombie survival type game.
That's just going out in public.
Oh god, it's not Oregon Trail, is it?
Oh,
No,
we did,
7
we
Days
did
to
play
Die.
that.
We played Oregon Trail, and it's not that much fun.
Not Oregon.
No, Oregon Trail.
Oregon.
Yeah.
I guess it was fine. It was kind of cute, but we played one playthrough of it, and it was 4 hours, and there was not enough game to last 4 hours.
Oh, and then when you win / are done with the game, there's not even a like, good job. It just ends.
Yeah, there's not even a victory screen. You just go back to the main menu.
Yep.
That's probably how is it based on
I think
the
it is.
Oregon Trail? That's probably what happens in that game.
But it's not fun.
It's also like 4 hours.
If it was 1 hour, there was probably exactly 1 hour of content.
Yeah. I thought the issue with collies was that their brains end up being under pressure from their skulls being too small, and it often leads to mental and temperament problems. Yes, that is a problem with like normal collies, but my collie is an old-time Scotch collie, which is a different line of breeding collies.
I knew a pug whose eyeball fell out. And then he just had one eye.
Yep. Andy Crimson. I have Stardew Valley. I love it. I'll play with you, Lucky Bats.
I
Well,
would
there
love
you-
to play Stardew Valley, but I don't deserve it, and I will just play it all the time. I watched someone play it, and it was just like every little I was so happy like watching someone else play it, and I was
Yeah.
like, if I start playing this, I will never stop playing this game.
I watched my friend Ash play it when right when Corona was happening,
Oh, yep,
and she was like, "You should just buy this, and we can just play this forever."
yep.
And I chose to not buy it because I knew I was gonna just love it too much.
I know. I've been thinking about it though, because I am weak.
I have it, and I think I have like 3 hours in it, and it's fun, but it's not nearly as fun as any of the other games I like.
But little tasks.
So
little
I'll be playing Stardew, and I'll be watering my crops, and then I'll be like, I could be fighting aliens right now, or I could be getting a kill streak in Call of Duty, or I could be building a machine in Factorio.
Mm-hmm.
See, but like,
Yeah,
you water some crops, and then I get a little serotonin boost from completing a task, and I'm like, ooh, what's the next task? And then like you cut down a tree, and like a little serotonin boost from like completing a task, and it's like,
Yes, this is the problem that I have as well.
yes,
I like little tasks,
yep.
and they're manageable.
I know.
Like that's the thing that happens with Factorio is it just starts spinning out of control, and it starts becoming an issue.
I love
Hello.
Factorio, but the fluid handling is such a massive pain in the ass,
Yeah, and it's really important.
and it's really important.
The last time I played Factorio 2 years ago, I built everything so that the fluid handling was the easiest it could be.
And was the fluid handling still awful?
It was slightly better than
Slightly better.
other times. Yeah.
I've done some decent stuff with fluid handling, but whenever I hit a bottleneck, it's always with fluid handling.
I found that I feel like what I found was having because it just usually happened this way, where all the fluid stuff was in other places. So I would just build all of my fluid handling stuff there, and then ship raw materials back and forth.
Okay.
So then it was all centralized.
Yeah. The last time I saw some YouTubers do this, and I thought this was genius. They did like a mega factory, and so all of the products moved left to right, and all machines moved up and down. And so eventually I had like the entire screen was conveyor belts.
Yeah.
And anytime I needed something, I would just build a new machine off the conveyor belts. And that worked flawlessly until I tried to add fluid handling. I just couldn't get enough. I had three different oil like areas shipping fluid to this machine, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah. It's quite the game.
It is quite a game. I really love it.
There's an end game to Stardew Valley. How do you end Stardew Valley? Like, how do you win?
You kill all the aliens.
Yeah. Obviously. Man, now I want to play Factorio. Things get really fun when you get nuclear power, and then you can power as many robots as you want.
Yeah.
That gets really fun.
Yeah, like every single robot needs more power than like your original base did.
Exactly. And then, when you have the nuclear power, you get attacked less by the aliens as well.
Yeah, because it's more eco-friendly.
Yes.
Jesse Nicoletti, I know I missed some of the video, but is the armor Fenrisian Gray? The armor is black primer, and then Vallejo Stonewall, or P3 Iron Hull Gray, which is just a normal gray, and then Games Workshop Fenrisian Gray, and then Army Painter White. Robert Reese, I love watching people paint while sitting next to my primer marines. Classic.
Classic primer marines.
How's this going? There we go. Oh god, you can see kind of a lot of the undercloak. Do I have to paint the whole goddamn undercloak?
What if the inside is silver or is copper?
Maybe.
Yeah, I see. Rip.
Taylor M, hello.
Hello. Tuck off like a flame. Hi.
Hi.
Edit J. Check Discord and memes. And Crimson, by endgame, I mean past the point of finishing all the farming bundles or selling out the Joja.
Oh, you could sell it to Joja?
I mean, I always shopped at the Walmart. Like you're clearly not supposed to do in the game.
Yeah, isn't there? There's a. You can become a menace to the society, right?
Yeah.
If you want to. That's how I would play. I know, like Ash is doing all the right stuff and
Yeah,
being
of
nice
course.
to people and whatever, and I'd just be a giant menace. Yeah, you shake that paint. Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone else turned on?
Well, I'm enjoying being to the side.
Me too.
The Prussian Blue. Dennis the Menace. Doomslayer. Is Stardew Valley like Rust? As in, can you make a 6-year-old cry and post it online? Never heard of Rust. Except for the map from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Good old Stardew.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want to play Factorio. All right, tomorrow night I'm going to be streaming. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
streaming Stardew Valley.
Let's
not
do
Stardew
it.
Valley,
Then I'll get more painting done.
Factorio gameplay. Edit, mate. I just got done being horny. Please stop. Yeah, it's a problem.
Doomslayer. Get a tattoo ink shaker. Like a Vortex shaker, but a sixth the price.
Ah,
Yeah, so far I've been getting by with just using some hand powered
some meat.
shaking.
some meat shaking.
Yeah. It's possible one day I'll invest in a shaker, but I don't know. Haven't all mini painters since the beginning of mini painting gotten by with just shaking their paint for like 5 seconds before they use them?
And then they all got tennis elbow and died.
Exactly.
As people have said to you multiple times in the comments, wait until you're really old. And you'll be sorry.
Yep. Well, by then I'll have all my armies painted.
Exactly. You won't have to paint anymore. Prussian Blue. Then Lucky Bat can take over and EOB become Animal Planet 2.
What would I rename the channel if I took over?
Eons of
Eons of
Bats.
Bats.
Eons of-
Ah!
Well,
We said it at the same time.
it wouldn't all be just bats, and I want to be inclusive.
Eons of mostly
animals.
bats.
Eons of Bats and other things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Eons of bats, but sometimes not.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Suddenly, more edge highlighting. I'm gonna kill myself. Do 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 do. So much edge highlighting.
Amazing.
Thank goodness I'm not one of the studio painters, and I have to highlight every single goddamn edge perfectly, always, forever.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how lucrative it is being a painter for Games Workshop. I bet it's not that great.
Do they have a 401t or whatever they have? Because they don't have 401ks. They get paid in T, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A T retirement plan.
I mean, that's where the money would go anyway, so it does make sense.
Exactly.
They get paid in British bucks.
It's the same as the Monopoly dollars. It's the same guy on there.
Brit bucks.
Prussian Blue. Jay, why not paint the red orbs now while doing the red? Why don't you mind your business? No, I'm doing it separately
Jeez.
because it's two different operations. Painting the orbs and edge highlighting. I'd probably use a different brush.
Mm.
Kinonas. I imagine Games Workshop underpays all its staff.
Probably.
Edit! If you ever start an Age of Sigmar army, it should be Flesh Eater Courts, because they are just a bunch of man bats.
Nice. I am but one bat.
Doomslayer. Is Lucky Bat officially one of the Eons, or is he not in the band yet?
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the Discord, you're part of Team EOB.
I am.
That is true.
So if you go by the Discord,
I sometimes lizard react to things.
that's true.
I only recently found out that there was a bat react, but by now it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could do both.
I don't know.
You can double react.
That might be a bit much. Maybe that's for special occasions.
Mm. Alex I. How to paint your finger tutorial.
I mean, I've been doing that all stream.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Hasdan Jr. They pay them in Ultramarine but minis. Fisk! Tips. Hey, Eon's friends just got into 40k and painting in general 4 weeks ago, but your videos have and on everything have been helped a ton. Oh, thanks,
Wow.
Fisk.
Visk.
We got plenty more videos where those came from.
Yeah. You better gosh darn believe it. Dr. Jokel, Jay's index finger brought to you by McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Kinono's. If you go by the Discord, no bigger mistake has ever been made.
The Discord is real life.
Prussian Blue. I am but one bat, but my followers are many bats.
Yeah.
Lucky Lord of Man Bats. Remember the famous Batman versus Man Bat?
No.
No.
It's a famous Batman comic. I mean, clearly the idea started as a joke, but then actually became one of the more interesting Batman villains. Man Bat.
Surprisingly, I never got into the Batman comics or movies or anything.
That
You
doesn't
didn't get
surprise
into the
me.
movies.
Hmm?
That surprised me a lot. I mean, you're such a film buff.
I know, I know. Here before
Prussian-
Lucky overthrows the UN. I was in Model
Prussian-
UN when I was a kiddo.
Prussian blue. I am but one bat, but my followers are many bats. Lucky Lord of the Man Bats.
Prussian Blue, you always remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
You know a seriously underrated candy?
What?
Candy canes.
Candy canes are alright.
I love peppermint candy canes. They are so good.
I can get behind
They
a
are.
candy cane.
And they're
They
great
are.
because people think they're just a decoration. And so, like, after Christmas, people are like, oh, would you like some? And I'm like, of course. And then I just get peppermint candy canes. Top tier.
I would say that's a good candy, but there are better candies out there.
I think
would say
I
it's
like
definitely in, like, my top 5.
I think I like regular peppermints better.
Like the little
I do
discs.
too.
Yeah.
I would much rather have that because they're not as. You kind of have to manhandle a
You
candy cane.
do. And it's
I
always
don't
a
know.
production getting the plastic off.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want the I don't want the theatrical performance of me taking the plastic off.
Yeah, but you can't turn one of those little disc ones into a shank.
That's true. I mean, not with
It's
that
true.
attitude.
Yeah.
How many people a year do you think are stabbed to death with candy cane shanks?
5.
That's a lot.
Well, apparently a lot of people die naked trying to move a Christmas tree. So,
That makes sense. Ducka Fucka Flame. Werther's Originals greater than candy canes. Yes, I am an old man.
oh, I
How
love
did you
Werther's
know?
Originals.
Those are also pretty good.
They are really good, but they have dairy in them, so I can't have them.
Yep.
It-
They're too good.
The only bad thing about candy canes is when they break before you open them. But overall, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's also a problem.
But when they're already broken, then they're in convenient, like, bite-sized pieces, and then it's like many of those little disc mints. Boom.
Yeah, but then they're like sharp. They're like glass.
Mm-hmm.
Not
I
with
like
that
that.
attitude. You can just crunch
What do
them
you mean?
then.
I don't want to crunch them though. I want to savor them.
Okay.
Alex, not funny. My grandfather was stabbed with a candy cane.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Prussian blue. Just don't eat the dairy parts.
You know what? I've not tried that. I'll have to do that. Good advice. Thank you.
Now I'm painting a bunch of balls, just like always.
Yep. But they're usually a little lower
Mm.
and more flesh colored.
And there's usually more of them.
Yep. Doomslayer. My grandpa had diabetes and had the sugar-free Russell Stouffer candies, and they were fucking amazing.
Trome, Murray, what dynasty are these Necrons from again? Isn't it the Star Destroyers or something like that? They are my own custom. They're white and orange, and the rules I use are actually whichever ones are best.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Prussian blue. Y'all don't snort the crushed candy cane powder? Lucky bat?
I don't. But I can imagine that that's quite an experience.
Lucky bat. I don't snort them, but
Ducka like a flame. is the ball painting what's the OnlyFans is going to be for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, this might be too hot for YouTube. We might have to go switch to OnlyFans with all the ball painting you're doing. What if we use candy canes in war instead of guns? Someone must be high.
I think the world would be a much more pepperminty place.
Yeah.
It would be.
And we would feel much differently about Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It removed their question. Oh, amazing.
Basically, it'd be like if we hanged bullets from the tree.
You don't?
I
This is
did see there was at I think at like Bass Pro Shop they had a strand of shotgun shell Christmas lights.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. He was like, I agree, Jay, you should paint the balls flesh color and then draw on veins and hair. Kingdom Canyon. Speaking of balls, any update on the Kingdom Death stream?
Oh my god.
Oh, Kingdom Death.
Which one would you rather paint?
What, balls or Kingdom Death?
No. The between
That's
the
a
two.
good question too.
That is a good question. Between the I don't know what's the different the
Kingdom
monster
Death and monster. Oh god, Kingdom
the
Death and Creature Caster.
Yeah, the monster version or the sexy bitty version.
Oh, I don't know. I really didn't dig the monster that much.
Mm.
I guess probably the biddy.
Yeah.
Even though the biddy was a little much too.
A little much in all the right places.
I snorted salt once. It was 5 years ago. Still feeling the effects to this day.
Why?
Need another brush. I'll use this one. No, that one's too good.
It's too good.
This one. Prussian Blue is Lucky's favorite army, the Night Lords. That's the vampires and the bat.
They have like
demons.
bat wing heads.
Mm-hmm. And they're blue and red.
What are the names of the ones I like?
I don't know.
Night Haunts. I like those.
That's a Age of Sigmar.
Yes, I know. Yeah, those are my favorites.
Age of Sigmar.
Only losers like Age of Sigmar.
Wait. I saw you have Lord Croak pre-ordered or whatever.
It's not available to pre-order yet.
So
I know.
good.
I know, but you're going to. You're not. I know we talked about this,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you should.
I
that
think
should be
you
the
know what?
first...
If you get at least half of your what are they called? Gloomspite gets painted before Crow comes out.
No way.
One.
Then I'm working on my kill team.
Mm-hmm. I guess is the god model for Gloomspite gets the big Troggoth.
I don't know.
I guess it's just a big Troggoth. It's not like the leader of all Gloomspites.
Mm-hmm.
Kino is Lucky should get into the Tyranids because of all the biology facts.
Mm.
Which ones are Tyranids?
They're the bugs. You play them today in Kill Team.
Oh, great. Okay, sure.
Tromari, any thoughts on painting World War II minis? Real life is boring.
And there you go.
I'm gonna paint fake life. Impression Blue, my 5-year-old little brother saw Necrons in the Games Workshop store yesterday. Gonna buy him some for his 6th birthday this summer. Ah, nice. My first ever 40k models were Necron. Some Necron Death Marks. That was my first ever box.
My first 40k army still has not yet happened.
Mm-hmm. And probably won't.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna.
Jesse Nicoletti, there are some fugly Tyranid models out there. I mostly like the Tyranids. I think they're pretty cool. They definitely could use a little love, a little TLC. Yeah, probably Eldar, then Tyranid, then Guard. Games Workshop wants to update stuff. I think they gotta do Eldar just to shut everyone up.
That cloak is looking really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Nick.
Oh, boo-hoo. Some of my Aspect Warriors are still made of failed cast.
Yeah, what babies?
Mm-hmm.
Children. The Gloomsplate gets have the Arachnoc spider, which is pretty giant. That'd be kind of a beautiful model to have.
Ooh, you know what? You know who agrees with me on not stripping models? Emil Squidmar, who famously one of his like big channel mascot pictures is that model, the Spider King rider. Mm-hmm. And he says he just painted right on top of someone else's crap paint job he got on eBay.
Amazing.
And it's like one of the best paint jobs he's ever done.
Yep. Balls.
Doomslayer. I couldn't make a guard army without having Tim Robbins, Samuel L. Jackson, and Matt Damon.
Limbo with the dude. I'm back.
I'm Bat.
Jesse Nicoletti, I'm sitting here building some 20 Necron warriors, and I hate how the bodies each have specific arms.
Oh.
I did find them a little tricky to put together, the Indominus Necron warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They do look pretty snazzy, though. And actually, I learned the hard way the old Necrons also had specific arms, because I remember I put together like 4 boxes at once, and I put all the bodies together, and then I put all the arms together, and then found out that you're supposed to use specific arms for specific guns, and some of the arms didn't quite reach.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild time.
Mm-hmm. And you only cried a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Lord Croak.
It is a little.
If you bought Lord Croak, I'd buy the spider.
Ah. And then we both have a fun, giant, expensive model in our pile of shame.
Exactly.
Aw,
Would that be
sharing
fun?
is caring.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of a fun way to start off our Age of Sigmar.
It would be. So we both bought the dumbest, most expensive model for our armies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, I do have an army, and it is possums.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
The old possums. Although, like, the spider's only $60.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet Lord Croak is like 170.
Yep.
But you better buy him now before Games Workshop raises the price.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, maybe it's not as big as we think it is.
He's on a 160 millimeter base.
I think that's the flying stand.
Yes.
I wonder what is Krork on.
I don't know.
I know that they have a giant circle
it's
base.
It's a 160 millimeter round base.
Oh, wow.
That seems big.
How much? 160 millimeters in freedom units, please. G-Force Member 45 got some work in progress pictures of the Warhound torso and legs.
That is about 6¼ inches.
Pretty big.
It's pretty big.
The Thom Clancy. That's a mighty fine looking cloak. Yeah.
Oh. Those Mangler squigs are also pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
If you want to make your opponents hate you, then play Gloomspite Gits and use the Mangler squigs. Trust me, my dad has locked me out of the house because I kicked his ass twice with those OP models.
Yeah.
Those ones are pretty cool too. Those are big. Those are some big boys.
Is that the one where there's like one on top of another one?
Yep.
Pretty cool, I guess.
That's $80 for that one.
Is it as cool as a Triceratops with a laser gun?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. And it comes with a 80 millimeter round base. So slightly smaller, although it's way taller. It's also very cute.
And Crimson, considering most infantry are between 28mm and 35mm bases, that's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the Spider was released today, it'd be 140. Doomslayer. Jay's got them smooth blends, but I never see him do the white parts to see how he does it. Well, the white was applied with an airbrush, so that's why it's nice and smooth and crispy.
Mm-hmm.
It is a pain in the butt to do it by brush.
Mm-hmm.
You just slowly blend up, and then curse, and then go back and fix it.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Limbo the dude.
I've heard they're not amazing in game, but I really want a lot of the pterodon riders, just because they're frogs on pterodactyls.
That is pretty funny. Flimbo the dude, Jay painting balls as usual. I see.
Yeah.
Better believe it. Yeah.
I'm gonna use some of my static graphs to make the pubes
green.
You don't know what color the static grass I have.
Like 4. Yes, I do.
What? You're saying you edit the basing videos?
Yeah. I mean, you have like a, it's almost like a burnt brown, right?
I have a burnt brown. I have like a light tan.
Mm-hmm. The light tan would work too.
Mm-hmm.
I think just straight up bright green would be perfect.
Prussian blue. So, Jay, how does one glaze part of a model? Well, to make a glaze, you either water down a paint or you mix in a little bit of mixing medium or matte medium, and that makes the paint semi-transparent. And then you thin it down, and then you put it on a mini. And so basically you just apply a tiny little layer of semi-transparent paint, and then you let it dry, and then you apply another semi-transparent layer of paint. I would say, yeah, you'll definitely struggle if you go too big. Like if you try to glaze like a giant, like a 1-inch section, you're gonna struggle. But if you just glaze in tiny increments, it'll work out a little better.
that, Tom Clancy. I like the idea of the Seraphon, but they're not dinosaur enough for me.
Well, it sounds like you need to run Seraphon Saurus heavy. Because there's two ways to run their Seraphon. There's Skink heavy and Saurus heavy. Skinks, you have like 1 billion, but they're worthless. And the Sauruses are kind of tough knights.
And have you decided which one you're going to go for?
Skink all the way. I'm going to skink up the place.
Mm-hmm.
Just Nicolady. If you're looking into really make pubes, I would imagine a cheese grater on wood, and into a satin if you really, and into a stain if you really wanted that. I guess.
Glad that we're talking about this.
I've counted 6 untouched balls in Jay's presence. G, Voice Member 45. I hope that the Seraphon get a ranged refresh. The base troops are a bit old on there. Yeah, the Sauruses could probably use an update. The Skinks are still hanging in. I kind of, though, I'm a little worried, though, that if they do get a refresh, it'll be 10 for, like, $60 instead of, like, $30 for 25 models.
Mm-hmm.
So I might need to pick up some Skinks now.
Gotta skink it up now.
Skink it up.
Do you think that with the Lord Croak model dropping, they're going to update Seraphon?
It's so hard to say. It's so random, them dropping Lord Croak.
Yeah.
Presumably, they might have a couple other Seraphon models, but I would more expect new things than updated things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that Lord Croak is an update, but barely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're taking one teeny Finecast model and they turn it into a god.
Mm-hmm.
So I would expect to see, like, new units, like probably some more dinosaur stuff. Yeah. Like maybe a big flying pterodactyl.
Mm-hmm.
Or they have like a guy riding a carnosaur, but maybe they could have more of a T-Rex thing.
Mm-hmm.
+1 saves. Seraphon definitely need new models, but yeah, they run like 80 skinks. 80 skinks, that's light.
Mm-hmm. That's
180 skinks. Flimbo the Dude, my friend got herself some Tyranid warriors. Should I be terrified of them in Kill Team or not? Boy, the Tyranid warriors, they're probably one of the most complicated units in Kill Team. They have a ridiculous number of options, but they're a little bit all bad. Like, they have some decent guns, but it's not a good shooting platform because they get a 4-up to hit, which is fine, I guess, but they have some good combat, but they don't get tons of attacks. They're very expensive. I feel like you might get a little bit more money's worth out of a Lictor, but I mean, usually I see Goonhammer says probably to bring a couple of warriors, so it's probably worth it. And I know that warriors do have a stratagem that is specific to them, so maybe that helps.
Great.
I'm not a super big fan of the really specific stratagems that are like, hey, if you bring a Space Marine Reaver with this exact gun in the shooting phase after they've taken 1 wound of damage, you can roll a d6 and get a wound back or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want something that's like, it just gives you real options every turn.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Warriors might give you, maybe if you build, like maybe you build your leader. Well, actually, usually you want to take like a Gene Stealer leader so they're nice and cheap and they can hide. But maybe you build a couple of close combat monster Tyranid warriors, but you have a couple of shooty gun warriors available if you need them. If you think, ooh, you know what? And I bet in this mission I'm gonna want to castle up, and then just shoot from a distance. Then you bring in your warriors with the guns, and your termagant with flesh bore. That's a comm specialist, and you let it buff so that you're shooting at least on 3-ups. And then you don't move because there's somehow a heavy weapon, even though it's part of their organic body. The Gloomspite Gets God is just a moon that gives people a curse, and their leader is a grot who said the moon fucking talked to him once.
A mood.
Christian Hosking, have you ever gotten into Age of Sigmar? I feel
Working on it.
You're working on it. Yeah, I think I will one day collect Seraphon. One day.
I mean, I have a Gloomspite Gets Battle Force all ready to go. So do you think... Well, I mean, I guess you're doing a bunch of stuff at the same time.
Yeah, I am.
So I feel like for me, it's maybe it's Secret Kill Team. I don't know. Maybe I have to play a game of Malifaux. Maybe before I bought some Bayou Boys. And then maybe whatchamacallit, Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Although I could paint 3 Gretchen. That sounds like fun, basically.
Yeah. This cloak did turn out really good. And it only took 3 hours.
Yeah.
Speaking of 3 hours, we're just about done, folks. 3 more minutes. The 3-minute warning.
3-minute warning.
Prussian Blue. Bring a flail of corruption or 2 to make some Tyranid burgers. Oh, the flail of corruption is brutal in Kill Team. And I think you get to attack with it twice. It's like 5 attacks, good attacks, and then you get to do it twice.
Oh my goodness.
The only thing is movement of 5. They're just regular, I think, 1 wound Marines.
Well, we can't all be perfect.
Yeah. Kino Kinones, I'm so excited to see the Bayou Boys.
Me too. I don't know which core box I'm gonna buy. There's like a 5 million. And I know one model I'm gonna get is Trixie Bell.
Yeah, it is.
She's the local good time girl, and that just I don't know, that just is me, I would say, in a nutshell.
Christian Hosking, Seraphon is a good choice with the new Krork. Just became a follower and found your channel, and I love all the content. The series where you tell a story about the item on your set is dope. Ah, thanks.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. I think the last one was the best one yet.
Yeah.
Prince, best hit that thumbs down before we all leave.
Yeah, you better.
Doomslayer.
I see 13 likes, and that's rude.
That is rude. Doomslayer. Can you play Inceptors and Kill Team? I don't know. Maybe with elites or something. I know that coveted fly keyword is pretty epic in Kill Team. It's like, oh, can you fly? Well, just do whatever you want. I think that's the actual wording of the rules.
Right.
Oh, you have to fly? Yeah, just anything, whatever you want to do.
Anything you want. And speaking of anything you want,
yeah,
it is exactly 12 o'clock. So make sure you watch all the videos from this week if you haven't yet. And which I don't know why are you even here then. You should be watching those. And then We have more videos coming out next week, and we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central on Monday.
Yeah.
So join us there. Join the Patreon.
Good night, everyone. Thanks
Good
for joining us
night.
on this extra long kill team. Or
Kill
kill team
team?
extra long stream.
Yeah. Kill Team Stream.
And Lucky Bat was also here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now Lucky Bat will go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought bats are nocturnal.
I sleep when I
Uh-oh.
like.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
End.